So they'll be calling you a radical. The catastrophe goes in earnest. So I want to make sure this is recorded in history. They're fishing on the lower Columbia River below the dam today. They're fishing. The number has plummeted. This is prime week. They had 131 yesterday. Now remember, this is with no fishing. The diluted 10-year mean, because the numbers have been so bad since 2016, the diluted, I'll post the number, is 3,400. They had 131. They even had double last year's horrific number than this year. And that was, they were fishing. Oh, you don't think they catch any? I want this recorded in history. How is this even possible? They're running at 2% of the 10-year mean. 2%, if that, with no fishing. They're going to extinct these fish in violation of the Endangered Species Act at the state level in Washington, at the state level in Oregon, at the federal level. Why Trump and a bee are freaking meeting together high-fiving. So I've got some bad news on me. The perpetual cancer nightmare goes on with me. So I started getting a rash here a little while back. Couldn't figure it out. My ankles, blah, blah, blah. So this is the perpetual nightmare of cancer. You know, I was given 2 months to live 91 months ago with AML de novo. Went into the bone marrow transplant on 11/11/11. Heavy, heavy, heavy chemo. Hail Mary. I mean, I was losing 7-8 pounds. I mean, I wouldn't give chemo to my dog unless I had no other options. I was ready to die. Celeste, the LDSA bone marrow transplant, ranked me as a red 10. She says, you're the only red 10 in the history of the hospital to come out. Too sick for a bone marrow transplant. So the perpetual, as you know, wore up my valve. I have a beast of a heart. This is important. The hospital at Ogden Regional Medical Center, who's advertising about, yay, our heart unit. I went in there. They told me to go see my dentist, because I said, no, it's my teeth. My teeth are going the rash. I said, this is, 2 years ago. It's my heart. It's my heart. I was born with an bad aortic valve. It's called the heart murmur, but the chemo it's my heart. Mike Lee had kicked me off Medicaid. I was a millionaire. I had forked over all this money. I was a millionaire. So, I was uninsured. So I forked over almost $1 million I had. So, went into the unit. My bill was way north of that. They put me on Medicaid. I didn't do it. The hospital did. Mike Lee kicked me off. Why would Mike Lee kick me off Medicaid? He's a scumbag. Boy, he got $600,000. He physically tried to murder me. Single male. I was devastated. This GoFundMe page I've had is, do the math. How much I travel, how much I do. I don't even know how I pulled this off. How am I alive? I don't know. No public assistance, no nothing. So, into the hospital, emergency open heart surgery. That bill was $250,000. It freaking replaced my aortic valve. I have a aortic valve replacement. I don't know how I didn't die. They wouldn't do surgery on my gallbladder. The chemo also wore up my gallbladder. They wouldn't do chemo on my gallbladder because Mike Lee kicked me on Medicaid, so ended up with emergency ruptured gallbladder surgery a year ago. The perpetual goes on, so I could figure out this infection, blah, blah, blah. I know I got to be militant, and then I got a toothache. So I went to a dentist up here that I know, and she started working on me, started doing some teeth, then hands me a bill for $5,000. I says, you just did you did one root canal and a partial filling, and my bill's what? $5,000? Are you crazy? This is the Nazi freaking evil of sex. Unreal. Well, that's what it is. And I kind of knew it. So I got in there. I had to go to the free clinic. He says, that's what it is. They've got me on antibiotics. I have no dentist. I don't know what I'm going to do. This is what they do to the activist community. This is what they do to us, as cancer. You survived, abuse the working class as a bee in these fucking silver spoon. I mean, this is what a monarchy does. This is what imperialism does. And this is going on. You're fucked in Utah, I can tell you that. Medically, I'm fucked. I don't know what I'm going to do. But at least I have gotten on the antibiotics. They got me some antibiotics today. Fuck. So the perpetual fucking nightmare of cancer goes on. The perpetual environmental poisoners and the people that are poisoning the government looters who call themselves state employees. I had multiple myeloma. round up. Oh, guaranteed I get no money out of that. Fucking no, none of us ever get any fucking money. It's just like the Wells Fargo lawsuit. They say, oh, you were a victim of the Wells Fargo thing. Do we ever get any money? No, nobody ever gets any fucking money. This is a loot job. And so the salmon catastrophe is the greatest story in the world. They're running the Chinook salmon. They go to sea. They had record returns. They had record returns in 2015. Record 1.4 million. There's 1,739 fish, and the run's half over for the year. This is prime week. It peaks May 1st. This is and they're fishing. I don't know what more I can do. I don't know what more I can do. You know, doctor says, fuck, I guess martyr yourself, huh? Fuck, I guess. I don't know. It's a fucking nightmare. I would have never believed it. The greatest ecological catastrophe. 3 full blown out meltdowns pushed into the air. There's no byproduct for that. There's no byproduct for that. There's nothing. Oh, bet you seen the debt? By the way, you owe $250,000 for that debt. Each single man, woman, and child. Go team. I don't know what I'm going to do. And the end of the rope. Fuck. I've been backed in the corner before. Here I am again. Fuck. What a nightmare. Welcome to America. Stay tuned.